So I spend a ton of time sitting right here in front of my computer monitors and everything in a computer desk or a gaming desk. And as time goes on, I can, kind of get fatigued and worn out. And, I've gone through quite a few different gaming chairs, and some have good benefits, some have better benefits, some not so good. But this is where the team from Sihoo has stepped up, and they have sent us their new M18 Classic Office Chair. Let's take a look at it. So the M18 Classic Office Chair with triple spinal relief is designed to go ahead and provide high-performance computer chair comfort with triple scientific support and ergonomic sitting support frame. Multiple adjustments and premium cushion offer comfort to the core of the range of body types. And that's one of the things that I've talked about in the past, is the fact that me being a bigger sort of guy, I have issues with some gaming chairs. The way that some of them kind of, angle up in the seat, not very comfortable for me. But taking a look here, you can see, more of a flat sort of pedestal there where you would actually seat. Taking a closer look here, looks like a metal frame on the base as well. You've got adjustable armrest, adjustable headrest, and a whole lot more. They reached out to us recently and asked if we'd like to take a look at one of these, and we said, sure, let's take a look at it. So what we're going to do in this episode here is we're going to walk you through the assembly process and kind of give you an idea, what does it sit like? What does it feel like when you get AIS, ass in seat? That's I believe that's a Married with Children reference is where that comes from. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this together, and we're going to test it out. Let's go get started. So getting everything out of the box here, it took me maybe 5-10 minutes to get everything kind of unboxed and organized. Now, one thing that I was a little bummed out at was the fact that we had one of the boxes basically that had parts fell apart in transit, so it didn't damage anything, but it was still kind of a bummer to have that kind of issue crop up. So something that they've used tape on some of the other boxes here. I would like to see that throughout. They do include a really nice Allen wrench, and it's not your typical like just a normal Allen wrench. It's got it's a T-handle basically is what it is, and it's one of those that you can get a good grip on it to be able to tighten things as you go ahead and insert screws. Now, to go ahead and start assembly, what you start with is the base and insert the wheels and everything. Pretty simple and straightforward to do. The nice thing here is the fact that the 5 different legs essentially of the chair are all held into place with 2 screws each. Now, there is a little bit of thread locking compound on those screws, so it'll hold them in place for you and make sure that they don't, you're not going to get a whole lot of vibrating unless you're all the time or something along those lines. But it is something that's nice to kind of have that extra security in the screws. Now that I've got the base assembled, next thing is to go ahead and get the left and right armrests up on the chair itself. Now, the one thing is the chair is not labeled front or back, so I'm kind of taking a guess as far as, is this the right orientation? But I think this is right what I've got here. 3 screws are utilized to go ahead and attach the armrest to the base of the chair, and make sure too that you install the small washers underneath the screws as you're assembling everything as well. Now, I may have originally put the base of the chair on before the armrest, but I have to admit, having the armrest on gives me a nice area to go ahead and set the chair on upside down so I can go ahead and get everything assembled. It worked out better than I thought it would, quite honestly. The one thing that I did screw up on a little bit was I did use the larger washers underneath the screws that actually fits the mechanism that's got like the adjustment screw and everything on the bottom. Those actually should have still had the smaller ones, same as what the armrest uses. The larger ones are used under the back plate to attach the seat cushion to the back of the chair itself. And once I kind of undid those, we were ready to go. I set the chair up on the base itself, and then I pulled the gasmatic lever so it would go ahead and get to the proper height. And the last thing I had to do was just slide the headrest into place. That was a super simple, super quick installation process. Took just a couple seconds to do. And overall, this was a really easy assembly. there's not much to the manual, but what's there, it's simple, it's straightforward, easy to follow. Yeah, this was a good assembly process. Now let's see if I built it right, if it's comfortable, and what I think of it. So after about 35 minutes, everything here is put together, pretty simple and straightforward. What do I think of it? Well, I'll say first and foremost on the hand grips themselves, there's some burrs on here. I'm probably going to take my X-Acto knife too and peel them off because that will drive me bonkers. I do like the fact that the armrests are adjustable on it, but here, let me give you a little bit lower look here. Maybe you can see it, maybe not. No. So I do like the fact that the armrests, you can see it pop in just a second there. The armrests are adjustable up and down. I'd like if they would twist in and out. That would be really nice. I like the seat a lot. It's pretty dense. The one thing that will take you a little bit to get fine-tuned for you is the lower lumbar support. That is something that they've designed into here to make it easier basically for you to go ahead and not suffer from back strain or anything along those lines. And I mean, it's not a gimmick. It's actually something pretty legit here. Let's give you another close look at kind of what I'm talking about here. So there you have the lower lumbar support. And one thing of note on here is basically think reverse of what you would normally think. So to give you more support on your back, you would actually turn it out because that's got a screw on it that will turn towards your back or unscrew towards your back. Turn it in to have it basically relieve that pressure from your back here too. And again, let me see if I've got a closer look. Here we go on the armrest. So right on the leading edge right there, I've got some, best thing I could call it is in the 3D printer world, it's zitting. It's basically there's zits on the bottom here of the hand grips. I'll try to get a decent shot of you here or of them here for you so that you can see. Overall assembly process went really well. The one thing I will say is adjusting, this here on the front. I'm not noticing any difference as far as the resistance to lean back. So I'd like that firmer than what this is right now. It's a little bit too soft for me. I am digging this cushion though. I really, really like it. It's comfortable. It doesn't dig into my legs. And overall it works just really, really well. I'm very happy with that. It is a little bit lower to the ground as well. So I don't feel like my feet are dangling or barely touching the ground. It's pretty much, exactly the size and shape that I need. And I will say this headrest right here, it's pretty dang comfortable when I am leaning back. And that's, again, one of those things that I wish that the back was a little bit firmer as far as the springs and whatnot so that I could, when I'm sitting back here, I could put my head against it a little bit more and provide a little bit more support. So if you do want to pick one of these up, as you can see, they have, the black like what I have here. There is the gray. There's an orange, which is pretty interesting looking. And then the black that also has what they're calling an upgraded pedal. Basically just has a footrest on it. Kind of wish they would have sent me this one here with the way I've sprained my ankle recently. It would be nice to have that to prop my foot up and everything. But it is, it went together well. The instructions were decent. I'd like the print a little bit bigger, but I'm getting old, I guess. And it's one of the things too that Sihoo is really committed as well towards not just making a quality product, but making something that works well and helps maintain your overall comfort, your posture, and your health, essentially. And May 21st is Sihoo's Healthy Posture Day. So it's one of those things that they really want to go ahead and make sure that when you're sitting, because for me, I'm sitting at my desk, especially on my days when I'm working remote, 12 hours. So for me to have something that's comfortable, that's ergonomic, that supports my body in the way that I need is really important. And the fact that they're committed to that, I can get behind that. That's a cool thing that they're going ahead and doing. I'll have a link down below in a pinned comment where you can check out all of the Sihoo products for yourself and see if it's something that would suit your needs. Overall, for me, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be my daily driver yet, simply because, again, I wish that spring there was more firm, and I wish that the armrests angled in. Those are the two things that are kind of keeping me back a little bit right now, but I like the lower lumbar support a lot. That's actually really, really nice. I do wish that I had the one with the footrest right now, just with the sprained ankle. But above and beyond that, this is pretty nice. Now, if you want to check out some of the other gaming chair reviews that we've done, I'll have a link for you in the upper corner here where you can go ahead and check out some of the other options that are out there.